Hey everyone, Day here and welcome back to my Let's Play of the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. In today's episode, we will be hopping into a new case. New action, new adventures, new characters. I am super excited. Not to say that Joan and the Gyarados and all those other characters like Rolly and Pat weren't interesting, but I've been I've been waiting for a new trial. So we are going to hop on in. There's nothing to really load. Oh, interesting. Okay, so I want to select adventure. Look at that. Episode 5: The Adventures of the Unspeakable Story. And so the little blurb says, "A hound it was, but not such a hound as any mortal has ever seen. Its eyes glowed with a smoldering glare. The whole of his ox-sized body was outlined in white, hot flames." I don't want to see that. That's cheating. Like, they're giving me too much. Erase that. I want to go in blind.
It's coming! Sholmes' cry pierced through the thick wall of fog around us. Wisps of vapor flowed over the pistol as I cocked it, and I waited, breathlessly, in the stillness. The silence lasted for what seemed an eternity, until, at last, it appeared. From the shadows of the cloud, an enormous beast sprang out upon us. A hound it was, but not such a hound as any mortal has ever seen. Its eyes glowed with a smoldering glare. The whole of its ox-sized body was outlined in white-hot flames. Its rumbling pant and hideous howl, so terrified was I that I began to tremble with fear. "Look well, Wilson," Sholmes declared, gazing upon the mystical beast. "For this is the diabolical hound of the Baskervilles."
Interesting. Our first 2 months in London passed by in a flash. In that disconcerting courtroom experience we were first thrown into on the day we arrived in the country, and in Soseki-san's terrible ordeal that had followed closely behind, we had emerged victorious. However, there then came an abrupt end to our opportunities to appear in court, which was hardly surprising, of course, since I was nothing more than an amateur, an unknown student of law from a faraway land. So life in our little office was very quiet. That is, until it was shattered one day by that fateful telegram. 15th April, 9:13 a.m. A few months have gone by. Naruhodo's legal consultancy. What? Naruhodo's legal consultancy? Are we serious? I know. He hasn't had a case since the last one, so this is kind of in name only, but I'm so happy for him. That's so cool. And they actually filled it with stuff. It's actually things going on in here now. That morning, I was woken by the unreserved knocking on the door by the telegram boy. I wish I knew what the outside looked like. I kind of thought when they mentioned an attic that kind of meant within a house or a building, basically. But it seems like if you're getting a telegram guy coming to your door, it's not necessarily like that. But after he'd gone, Susato-san's behavior became very obviously strange. Susato-san? Yes. Is it time to leave for court already? Let me see. What case is it today? I don't think I'm scheduled to defend anyone at the moment, am I? Oh, no, of course not. How silly of me. But I think Iris says she would make us breakfast this morning. So shall we go down to Mr. Sholmes' suite? Yes. Iris makes the most delicious breakfast food. She does, doesn't she? Once our bellies are full, leave for court in fighting fit form. Let me see. What case is it today? Here we go again! I wonder what's going on. It seems like she's all over the place. So, what was it about? A telegram that was delivered this morning, I mean. Oh, a telegram? I don't know what you're talking about. Is she trying to surprise him? Sorry, but you're not going to get away with that. Well, I didn't think I would. Actually, don't give it a moment's thought. It's nothing. Nothing interesting. Boring. Fact. It was just a boring old telegram. That's 3 times now that she's tried and failed to convince me it was nothing. I promise that I'll tell you about it at some point. Alright, I understand. I don't understand, but alright. Soseki-san. I suppose Soseki-san will have arrived back in Japan by now, won't he? Yes. Yes, I should think so. He left immediately after that terrible ordeal. Which would mean he should have completed the voyage already. Or be just a few days away. A fortnight ago, we had that very long telegram from him. Do you remember? Complaining of seasickness? But by and large, it seems the voyage has been going well. That's good for him. He's just going to make his dreams come true. Something wrong, Naruhodo-san. I was just wondering, what might have become of Soseki-san had he stayed in London, that's all. You mean, as regards Lord Von Zieks? Reaper? Yes, I can't help wondering if seasickness would have paled into insignificance in that case. Right. I kind of forgot, again, about that particular one tiny tidbit of knowledge. But I don't know, because that's kind of what happened to McGillett, was that he was proclaimed to have died due to the hand of the Reaper. We found him not guilty, I want to say. But yeah, he still died. He kind of lost either way. That is to say, if he is dead anyway. What is it they say? That no one who stands in the dock can be saved from the Reaper, right? Like the way that nightmarish trial ended on the very day we arrived in London. Was it the same day? I didn't realize it was the same day they arrived in London. Even 2 months on, the cause of that dreadful fire is still a mystery. Yes, but at least Soseki-san is safely out of the country now. Presumably that means that the curse of the Reaper can only take effect within lines of the city of London, perhaps? Maybe? Or there was potentially other reason to get rid of McGillett, which I can believe. I wish I remembered more about the man, but I don't. But I do believe he was like super stinking rich. And I think he controlled a lot of areas, so maybe that's why. Even if that's the case, it's a little comfort. I have a terrible sense of foreboding. If the legend of the Reaper is to be believed, it would mean he wills the sword of justice himself. Come to think of it, I wonder what he's been up to these past 2 months. Surely, not wielding that sword against more acquitted defendants. No, I don't think so. Apparently, Lord Von Zieks hasn't appeared in court once since our last encounter. Oh, well, I'm sure Inosuke feels very special. Oh? Yes, since Soseki-san's trial, he is withdrawn from judicial service again, it seems. Really? And if we so happen to pick up a case, will this draw Mr. Reaper of the Bailey right back out? Who knows? Just like before, he wasn't seen in court at all for several years. So it's just been me who's had to face him in his recent spate of trials then. That's just my luck. I wonder if luck doesn't come into it. Sorry? What was that? Like he was determined to go against you in court, no matter what. Oh, nothing. Never mind. Potentially. Didn't actually elaborate. I kind of want to look around, kind of don't. 50% though. I don't think there's... I've investigated thoroughly, but I can't find any. Let's just examine a couple of things. If we need to come back in here and examine something, then we will. We've only been here in London for about 2 months, but my desk is already starting to look very messy. I tidy up once in a while. Sato-san, I always say, making a mess is a small sacrifice to pay for being able to further your studies. And time spent tidying up is time you can't devote to the same cause. He always says this. Hilarious. He's following in good old Soseki-san's footsteps. And time spent on ridiculous arguments is time that could be better spent on simple housework. She wins. And I'm supposed to be the lawyer here. Let's panel back over. Ah, this must be the telegram. Let's see. Ah! No! You mustn't look at that. Not under any circumstances. Oh, alright, I won't. I'm sorry, Naruhodo-san. You could be very mischievous at times. And put the telegram away if you don't want people looking at it. Okay, we could try to move now. Don't want to spend time. Sholmes is sweet. Let's see who we're running into. Domestic homie Sholmes, or is it going to be Iris? The 15th of April, Sholmes is sweet.
Morning, Runo. Morning, Susie.
Good morning, Iris. Iris?
What is it, Runo?
What is that terrible noise? It sounds like a cat being strangled. It must be Sholmes.
Ah, yes. You noticed that, did you? Ellie isn't in the best form this morning, it seems.
Hello. Hello, Mr. Sholmes. What is going on? Good morning. What the heck is he depressed about? Good morning. To die, perhaps. Has something happened, Mr. Sholmes? You look miserable, and the way you were playing the violin before? My analytical mind is dead. Music is dead. The world is dead. Oh, way to depress us all. During this blanched existence. That's all it is, my dear fellow. Nothing of consequence. Easy there with the depression. I'm afraid I don't understand. Well, Iris, isn't it time we ate? Some dry toast and insipid coffee for me, if it's not too much trouble. What is wrong with him?
Meow.
Isn't that Soseki-san's cat? Oh look, it's Wagahe. I probably said that wrong. Good morning, boy.
Meow.
That must be some sort of tiny door for cats to use. I can understand his need to say that since this is our first time being acquainted, yada yada. But he has been living here for how long now? And I assume this cat has been living here for just as long. But how did it get there? Unless it's new. That's about the only way. Okay, maybe she just put that in.
Well then, everyone, time for breakfast.
Oh, wonderful. Let me help you, Iris. Ah, it would indeed be a fun day to die. Ah, I knew something looked different. Something's missing from Mr. Sholmes' desk. I can't pinpoint what. I truly don't remember. Talking to him is gonna be a drag. Worse than Shikamaru drag. You seem to be very unhappy this morning, Mr. Sholmes. What's happened? Speak to me, man! It used to be the case. This violin, sung like the dawn chorus. Its melisant tones would make flowers bloom. It would? But no. The muses are unamused with me. The goddesses of music have thrown me over.
Whatever do you mean, Mr. Sholmes?
Hours I have bowed, for days even. Through the night I have endeavored, to no avail. That sound, my tone, is lost. That brilliant, clear, unwavering tone. Gone forever. No more recitals of umbrella emotion. Why? Is he channeling Soseki? Kinda weird.
Well, you haven't been practicing much, have you, Hurley?
Don't worry. I'm sure it will come back to you in time. Oh, don't worry, I'm sure it will come back to you in time. Heed my words, Mr. Naruhodo. The goddesses of the arts are fickle. One day they bestow genius on a man, but next they unmercifully withdraw it. Oh, dear. Ah! Why is this happening to me? They take the turn I have, the violin from me. What is left, for pity's sake? What is left? I'm down, sir. Good depression. Deduction, perhaps? Isn't that what you're known for? Like, don't take our logic and reasoning away from us. The missing machine.
To Sholmes, I don't like to pry, but your desk looks rather empty today.
Ah, well done, Mr. Sato. You figured out Blue's Clues. Your observational skills do you credit.
Oh, no, Mr. Sholmes. They pale into insignificance when compared to yours.
You'd struggle not to notice, wouldn't you?
You mean Hurley's great analysis scope?
I don't think that's right. Such a weird word.
That's at Windy Banks now.
Sorry, it's at Windy Bank?
The Windy Banks, the Pawnbrokery.
Pawn?
What?
You mean you've pawned an enormous machine of yours? It has some considerable value, see? Quite undeservingly. Are they broke?
What? Isn't it a very important machine for your work? I do wish you had consulted us if your situation had become so desperate. I should have gladly passed what little income I have to you.
Dear Madame, things are far from desperate.
What? But the pawnbroker has your wonderful machine. How can it be anything but desperate?
Making use of a pawnbroker is quite ordinary here in London, I assure you.
It is?
It doesn't sound ordinary at all. You sound terrible. It would seem that neither of you fully understand how pawnbroking works. Oh, what's to understand exactly? Is it like basically if... I don't know. I have no guesses. I was gonna say like maybe if you don't pay back what you need to in full, then they just take stuff from you. Outside of that, I have no idea. What did you mean when you said we didn't fully understand how pawnbroking works? To the people of London, pawnbrokeries are akin to banks.
Thanks.
So like what, you put your machine into savings? On Mondays, merchants relinquish their finest checkers and trappings to their pawnbroker of choice. With the money they receive in return, they are able to trade happily through the week.
And then on Saturdays, they go to recover their things using the money they've earned. I had no idea. This has been a fascinating lesson for us. Everyone does it, you say? Especially people in inner London.
And should they have money to spare, they would purchase another fine jacket. Not to wear, obviously, but to pawn, should the need arise.
Oh, how ingenious. So whenever we have something that's getting in the way, we leave it at Windy Banks, you say?
Pawnbrokery can be thought of as an extremely secure vault. Who would have thought that even pawnbrokers are different here in Great Britain? I know, I've never heard of this before.
Of course you have to watch Hurley with it. Sometimes he pawns things he really shouldn't. Don't you, Hurley?
That what happened here? Like, I truly don't understand what the heck's his problem if everything's fine. What does it matter? The world is dead to me now. Okay. I don't have anything to present. Unless I present it to him to say, hey, we can take your case. Mr. Sholmes, could I ask for your opinion about this? No, he's not. You lure me to raise my languid head with the promise of some mental exaltation. Yet, in my morbid depression, I am confronted with the most mundane of problems. Oh. My mind finds greater stimulation in the unforgiving monotony of the floor than in your miserable offering. Always glad to help. Oh, my head weighs heavy on my shoulders. Sorry. Man, that was insane. I can't talk to him anymore and can't really move anywhere, so... Iris, give us more information. Wagahai? Mr. Natsume's cat seems to have settled into his new homeland.
Oh yes, and I've become very attached to little Waggy.
It would appear his previous owner is completely forgotten to him. Cats are filling creatures. Their mews are as empty as the heart of their muses.
If Mr. Natsume had no intention of taking Waggy back to Japan, I wonder why he kept him in the first place.
I expect he would have taken him if he could, but pets are strictly forbidden aboard steamships in our experience.
And for good reason. Terrible things can happen if the rules of passage are not obeyed. Well, I don't mind, because Waggy is adorable.
Yes, he really is. I guess, what about the door? I don't remember seeing that tiny thing in the main door before. Where did that come from?
Oh, you noticed? You are as observant, Runo.
Well, we did see the cat walk through the door.
Look, I use this. It's my latest invention.
What? What is that?
I call it the cat flapomat. Gosh, a machine for making doors just for cats. That's right, it can make a cat flap for a little furry friend like Waggy in seconds.
What a waste.
You can do it in any door at all, no matter what it's made of. It's very powerful, you see.
Interesting. I wonder if this is going to come up later. Wouldn't it have been quicker just to make the cat flap rather than making a machine to make the cat flap? I wholeheartedly agree. I mean, it's a good use of creative mind space, I suppose, if she needed something to do. Kudos. But it seems a little redundant.
Well, yes, maybe, but now I can make cat flaps anywhere I like.
I definitely want to keep that in mind.
Oh, I think it's wonderful.
It could just be an Ace Attorney gag, but might mean something later.
You must make one for us in the door of our office upstairs, Iris.
She really knows how to come up with unconventional inventions, this girl.
Oh, what was that?
Wagahai? What was that?
Oh no! Wagahai's tangled up in the violin!
I think he thinks it's a toy. No! What's he doing to it?
Oh dear. Mr. Sholmes' precious violin.
Why should I care?
What?
I should be surprised. If the cat is a more accomplished musician than I now. Get it together, man! Where is the energy? Where is literally the pulse pumping energy that normally comes from you?
Mr. Sholmes really is in poor spirits, isn't he?
Well, anyway, I'll put it back where it lives. Shall I, Hurley?
Out of the cat's reach, if possible. Maybe we should assess the damage. First... Oh. So this is the violin, is it? It's, fredivorous. one of the finest violins in the world, played by the renowned Italian luthier Antonio Stradivari. Oh, I see. It doesn't really look like anything special to me. It was just like a run-of-the-mill violin. I happened upon it, covered in dust, languishing in a pawn shop down a nondescript back alley. The broker had no idea of its value, so I was able to purchase it for a mere 55 shillings. How honorable of you. It until today has been my faithful companion in every great Paganini-inspired performance I have made. I ask you, is there reason to live in a world devoid of music? To tolerate this blanched existence? No! There is none. Calm down, sir.
Mr. Sholmes.
What, dear madame? What? My thoughts are preoccupied with fancies of release from this dull routine.
Well, it's about the violin. It looks very different to normal, don't you think?
Did someone switch it out? I kind of thought it looked like asymmetrical, but like as far as like the design pattern went, but I don't know. What do you mean, Miss Usato?
Oh, Sus is right. Yes, the tone of the wood is completely different.
That's not all. I'm sure there was no crack here before.
Wait, it's not even the right size, is it? What's this? Uh-oh.
I'm terribly sorry to have to tell you this, Mr. Sholmes, but that instrument isn't a violin at all.
Then what?
I believe it's an entirely different instrument, called a viola.
What? What?
Oh, Mr. Sholmes, are you alright?
You're right! You're quite right. This isn't my faithful Shendavius. What? So what, pray, is this piece of shringed flotsam? Not your faithful performing partner, then?
I see what must have happened.
You do, Iris.
This is just a simple mix-up.
Sounds like Iris might be able to tell us exactly what's happened if we ask her. Yoki. I hope they will return his violin. If they realize what they have, would they even want to give it up if they're a musician? What did you mean by a mix-up, Iris?
Oh, you say, this viola, was at Windybanks until last week.
At the pawnbrokers.
Not Mr. Sholmes' beloved musical partner. There is a proverb from the East, with which you are no doubt familiar, my dear fellows. Always let a beloved child travel.
Yes, indeed.
So you sent your beloved violin to the pawnbrokers in the hope that it would experience personal growth? This makes no sense.
Oh, what a wonderful idea.
No, it's not.
Last week I pawned my great analysiscope. I really am struggling with that one. In order to release my precious instrument. But it would appear Mr. Windybank mistakenly furnished me with this tawdry fiddle instead. My ears cannot be deceived by the hollow timbre of this piece of timber. No, but your every sense was deceived by the fact that it just had strings. Pshaw! Fine state of affairs, this is. And why I always say, Mr. Naruhodo? Never trust a pawnbroker. Never try to fiddle you every time. Sheesh.
But earlier you told us that you could think of a pawnbrokery as an extremely secure vault.
Yeah, I would say that was no less than 5-10 minutes ago. Come, Mr. Naruhodo. Dilly-dallying will get you nowhere. I say that a lot. Sorry? And he says that all the time. That I'm always going to say that nowadays if I see that he's saying sorry. Crunching your toast with that vacant aspect. Pressing your coffee so obtusely. Are you not a little embarrassed by your own conduct, considering the urgency with which we are faced?
We must visit Mr. Windybank's brokery at once. That's right, isn't it, Mr. Sholmes?
Precisely, Miss Tucson. Without a moment's delay.
But I haven't finished my bacon and eggs. The food! What about the food?
My dear fellow, surely you do not still intend to crunch your bacon with an increasingly vacant aspect, to fresh your eggs ever more obtusely?
All right, say no more. Let's go then.
Never mind, Bruno. Be happy to heat it up for you again later.
Oh, thank you, Iris. As it happens, I am rather curious to see what a British pawnbrokers. I feel like we're going to discover some stuff. A new location or two has been added. Let me go here first. Why not? I'm curious. Examine. Oh, that's the pawnbrokers right there. Look at all the different things in the window of this shop.
Ah, that's Wendy Banks. Pawnbrokery.
It looks much smarter than a pawnbrokers in Japan, doesn't it?
Yes, you're right. I find pawn shops at home rather inapproachable, personally.
It reminds me of tearfully parting with my favorite fountain pen. I felt so miserable.
But doesn't kill us makes us stronger, Mr. Naruhodo.
Stay strong. Oops. What is this? Oh, Baker Street. We're right next door. Seriously? I'm curious. Okay then. Can I not just move? It's already been 2 months since we started taking lodgings here above Mr. Sholmes' office. I did say I wanted to see what it looked like. Still can't quite believe it. Never expected things would turn out like this.
Oh, I know. To actually be sharing accommodation with the world's greatest detective. If I ever find myself for a court of law now, will have not one regret.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I'd be happy to defend you, of course. Interesting. So how do I, uh-oh. I'm lost. How do I get back to... Skip. Sorry. I don't remember how to open the, Can I not? There's no way I could be stuck here. Okay, I examined that in full. I'm so silly. We're going to pretend that didn't happen. We're just going to pretend that did not happen. Everything but pressing the back button. 15th April, Wendy Banks Pawnbrokery. So this is a British pawnbrokery?
Oh my, there are all sorts of tools and contraptions in here that I've never laid eyes on before.
Ah, Susato-san, and that spark of wonder in your eyes. You can't wait to scour the shelves, can you? I get the impression you enjoy places like this.
Oh yes, I don't know why, but seeing such a lot of things I don't understand is a real thrill for me.
My dear fellows, let's not forget why we are here.
Oh, Mr. Sholmes.
We are calling on matters of business, not pleasure. And clearly Mr. Sholmes means business too, judging from the spark of fury in his eyes. Oh, Mr. Sholmes, sir. Welcome back. You hear that brazen welcome? He is not happy. Well, yes, we are potential customers after all. We are disgruntled customers, Mr. Naruhodo, and it's time to inform Mr. Windybeck of our ire. Come, the fight is afoot. He seems like a simple man.
Where's my violin?
Naturally, you will recall this, which I retrieved from you some days ago. White. Yes? This second-rate fiddle is not my favorite instrument, Mr. Windybeck. The color of the wood is different. It has holes in it. It's not even the same size. Wonderful summary of our observations, Mr. Sholmes. Same observations that Susato-san herself made. He does not care. Oh, never mind. He does care. I'm so very sorry, sir. How utterly unforgivable of me, an inexcusable mistake for a pawnbroker. There's only one way to make amends. Oh, snap! Oh no, I just went through like 12 different emotions right there. 12 at least. Whew. Oh man, I thought that this guy was gonna hold us up for a second. I mean, not like he's doing this is not any better officially, but man. I didn't know what was getting ready to happen. I shall have to take my own life. Let's not do that. We don't have to jump. We don't have to jump through those kind of hoops. I don't think that would be necessary, do you? And then with a smile on top of it. If I may just say one thing before I pop off. It's not a funny situation. But man, his phrasing is funny. Yes. I'm gonna need you to try just a tad bit harder to stop this guy from even holding on to the gun the way he is. It was you, sir, Mr. Sholmes, who took it upon himself to remove the item the other day, I believe. Sorry. As I recall, I entered the storeroom to fetch your violin when I heard, ah, here it is. You did. Sholmes, if you allow this guy, under those conditions, to still hold that gun to his temple, I am going to lose 80% of the respect that I have for you at this point. When I turned to and controvert you, you had taken the viola and left, sir. However, there can be no doubt that the blame lies firmly in my own door for allowing you to leave. So I shall not grumble or grouse any longer. May this guilt die with me! No! Stop, my dear fellow! The fault is mine! Where's the violin? Phew! It would appear that the fight is over. I do humbly apologize, Mr. Windybank. Evidently, my questionable disposition precipitated this tragedy. Well, you wouldn't be Mr. Sholmes without that questionable disposition, now, would you? Very true. That is the disposition we have come to acknowledge him with, so yeah. I do believe you may be right, sir. It's either laugh or cry, I suppose. Both are acceptable. You are, it must be said, one of my more challenging customers. I needed to remind you of the peculiar collections of items you've brought through my door in the past. Oh, peculiar items? Any extreme, madam. For example, the unpublished manuscript of an eponymous work, the novels of Sholmes or some such. Oh my, new full-fledged novel? And unpublished? So I have yet to read, you mean? Oh, forgive me! Wait, before you die, you must tell me more. Sato, what do you mean? Before you die? Oh no. I must know more. Tell me everything. Wow, Susato-san is really fired up now. Is there really an unpublished story under this very roof? Someone took it. Well, one day the gentleman here brought in an old metal chest, you see? Would you like to entrust this to your care for a while, Mr. Windybank? Oh, is it that, machine whose name I never remember? Right, just like that. 1 shilling, sir. Not a farthing more. The house is something of very great value indeed. The latest manuscript. And today adventures of one Mr. Herlock Sholmes. I beg your pardon. A manuscript? You wish to deposit a manuscript? Indeed I do, for I am confident it will be quite safe here. And that was that. As such, Mr. Sholmes' latest tale of otherworldly mystery lies dormant in my storeroom. Mr. Sholmes, is that really true? Do I sense that someone doesn't want to talk about this? I continue to pay a fee, do I not? I kindly continue to store my belongings. Securely. Of course, sir. Of course. The safe and sound with me, I assure you. On my life. Your life is so easily gambled, sir. Like, I don't know. You do this a lot. This is all very strange. Yeah, like, please don't make this a normal occurrence. Like, I hope it's not gonna be like one of those cases where it's portrayed as suicide and we have to figure out who actually killed this man, because he's already kind of like halfway there. Like, if he was to turn up oft for some reason, I don't know. I wonder, could I ask you something? A gentleman from the East, I see. Yes, that sable suit. Suppose I could offer you 6 pence for it. Without wishing to offend, the tone is somewhat dull. Sorry. And he always says that. But for your splendid attire, ma'am. 5 guineas, no less. The colors are exquisite. The design exotic. Exotic? Eastern artistry at its finest, may I say.
Oh my, 5 guineas, you say? How interesting.
Why do I feel as though I've suffered some sort of defeat here? Her outfit is nice. Actually, I was hoping, but I don't think... Well, I guess he's kind of like wearing the school uniform, is he? Or... Nah, I don't think it's... Actually, I was hoping to ask you about your business. I've heard it said that pawnbrokeries are used rather like banks here in London. Yes, sir, indeed. Many of my customers utilize the establishment as you describe. They praise their items and offer them a proportionate loan and 2 months of secure storage. If in that time they repay their original sum to me, plus the agreed interest, items are happily returned.
But what happens if they don't pay you?
Then the items are offered for sale in my shop, as you can see on the shelves behind me.
You never sell items before the 2 months has passed then.
That's right, ma'am. That's right. Which means some considerable responsibility rests on my shoulders. The customer's precious belongings be lost. The only recompense is for me to end it all. I really feel like this guy is up for jeopardy right now. He is looking pretty toasted for him. The very idea, Mr. Winniebank, is an absurdity. One should never talk of one's demise so casually. No, they shouldn't. And because he is, I'd hope that he makes it to the end, but I honestly don't. Right now, I feel like there's like a 70% chance someone offs him and tries to pose that he did it to himself. This man who was telling us all it was a good day to die only this morning. Touche, I could have mentioned that, I forgot, but yeah, very true. Let us not forget that I have already helped you take measures to ensure such a tragedy never occurs. Oh, what sort of measures? I engineered a simple device, which Mr. Windybank has installed here in his shop. I call it Red-Handed Recorder. Something is for sure happening in this shop. Could they make it any more obvious? Is that not so, Mr. Windybank? Like, if I had any doubts, they're all just blown to pieces with him saying that. But something is definitely going down in this shop. Definitely. Aww. What was that deep sigh about? Does it not work? Maybe? Possibly? Potentially? Did something already get stolen? What on earth is a red-handed recorder? Use your eyes, my dear fellow. There are 2 just below the ceiling. Oh. I
can see what appears to be a camera attached to some sort of timing device.
Very astute. It is indeed a camera, furnished with some 100 pieces of celluloid film. And every 30 minutes precisely, the camera automatically records the appearance of the shop.
Oh, this sounds like another Ace Attorney case I played before, where they recorded stuff and it was off a little bit.
It would be a miracle at this point for this shop to not get hit with some kind of theft or murder. It would be a bloody miracle. Here, I have an example I can show you. Let's see here. Ah, yes, a print from the camera set to record activity at the shop counter. Oh, there's a little Labrador retriever on the counter. We have the picture of one anyway. Try to take it all in. This was at 4 a.m. exactly. Feather pen, weights, doll, book. Don't know how good my memory is, but dang it, I'll try. I feel like something's gonna be missing. I developed a special type of film, so sensitive it produces a crystal clear image, even in the darkness. Really, that's extraordinary.
Yes, you could clearly see the counter and the door behind it. Look.
So you see, if someone to enter the premises with ill intent, his identity would be summarily exposed. You said it only takes pictures every 30 minutes, so I don't know if that's completely true. If it's snapped off when someone enters, that's a different story. Exactly.
But did you not say that the photographic prints were taken at 30-minute interval?
Indeed, as you say, my dear madame.
And what if the incident were to occur in between the times?
One could only say that would be a cruel twist of fate? Sir, you do realize we're talking about 29 minutes every time. Like, it's not a cruel twist of fate. That's just regular time. This is exactly why he... Okay, yeah, I get it. I must confess, your devices have been giving me some cause for distress of late. I beg your pardon, Mr. Windybake. Surely they are anything but distressing. Reassuring is the word. It's the cost of the film, sir. You most graciously place not one but two cameras in my shop after all, which means I must pay for nigh on 100 utterly useless prints every single day. I would definitely say they're probably pointless. For now, until something bad happens, but then, even then, it's going to be kind of pointless to it. I'm afraid the cost of the film will break me before I'm very much older. Nevertheless, a small price to pay to ensure the safety of my preferred pawnbroker. No, are you footing the bill then, Mr. Sholmes, sir? Because unless you're footing the bill for that good film, no. My dear fellows, we verge on an age where safety and security come at a price. Oh, heaven help us. Now then, Mr. Sholmes, allow me to return your precious violin. Isn't else is gonna. Oh, the very thing. But he was right next door. Couldn't he have like knocked on his door or something? The very thing. Thank you, Mr. Waybank. Perhaps this might mark the end of the peculiar items you tried to pop, Because if anything were to happen to one of them, this would be the only answer. I really think you ought to stop waving that gun around. Someone could get hurt. Fear not. Sorry. I've only loaded a single bullet, so no one but myself could possibly be harmed. They're basically giving us the full crime right here, right now. Cameras that only take pictures. I don't care. I know I'm pressing buttons. Okay, look. Are they serious right now? They're literally laying out the foundation for a new case already. We have this pawn shop filled to the brim with items potentially not for sale, which I'm guaranteeing one of those things might be stolen, if not just Sholmes' manuscript itself. Then you have this guy talking about there was only one bullet in the chamber of his gun. Chances are it's not going to be this gun, maybe, that has shot someone or killed the guy here, because I don't think it's going to be suicide. It's going to be someone that actually killed him. The dang thing is, they're basically giving us the foundation already. If the next crime does not happen at this pawn shop, I would be a monkey's uncle. Like, seriously. They have literally set up every bit of the premise right here. That's not really what I meant. Good day to you then, Mr. Windy Pig. It's been a pleasure as always, Mr. Sholmes. I don't know, has it been a pleasure? This is like the 4th time you threatened to shoot yourself.
So, Mr. Naruhodo, now we can explore at last.
Yeah, I'm definitely taking a look around this place. What am I supposed to be looking for, though? I feel like I'm supposed to be looking for something already.
Look at this. Whatever could it be used for?
I have no idea.
Ah. There's a small catch just here, look.
We're going to open it, aren't we? Binoculars?
Oh my, that's amazing. It has some sort of spring-loaded mechanism.
Which we'll never manage to put back to the way it was before. What are you two doing? What, us? Nothing. No, nothing at all. Perish the thought. Whatever this device is, it seems to have a pair of little windows to look through. As though I've seen something rather similar to this elsewhere. More proof we're coming back to this shop. They showed us a picture of the thing on the floor, but we didn't actually get it as evidence.
Now what do you suppose this rather enormous machine does?
It seems to have 2 little windows for looking through. Allow me to enlighten you, my dear fellows. What you are looking at? Wait, what you are looking at is a stereoscope.
A stereoscope? Fascinating.
It is aptly named, I assure you. Look through the eyepieces and see for yourself.
Oh, I should be delighted to. Excuse me a moment. I'll just have a look.
Just before you do, there is something I should point out. My dear fellows, in order to see the image properly, stereoscopically, as it were, you will need to be cross-eyed. However, if that is beyond you, it is of little consequence today.
Alright then, let's try it. Ah! Mr. Naruhodo, you must see this at once.
Oh, alright then. So I need to be cross-eyed. Like I'm trying to look at my own nose. What the? It's already messed up. Oh, I guess he... I'm sorry, but I'm taking a screenshot of this. Because I feel like this is going to be necessary at some point. I'm trying to see if you see anything in the windows or... Because like the angle is completely different. You see one window there that you can't see behind her. Okay. Rituals are still the same. Horses are the same. Carriage is the same. Lines. She looks the same. I'm not seeing anything. This is not really supposed to be. I don't believe it. I guess I was thinking it was like the find the differences. Just a photographic print, but it seems like you could reach out and touch it. Yes, the sense of depth is startling, is it not? Stereoscopes are one of London's many facts. They are often found in little stalls in the park, but queue for hours to see them.
Why? Why are people meddling with such black magic?
It is no magic, my dear madame. It is, well, far too complicated to explain at present. I'll save this lesson for another day.
Oh.
We're gonna need to know about that later too, aren't we? I wonder. I honestly don't know what's truly important to look in this book up.
Look at this. What could this lovely big shiny box be?
That, my dear madame, is a music box. Surely you have such things in your own country.
Oh my, yes, but I've certainly never seen one so large before.
Shall we listen a while?
Ah, what a sublime sound. It's like the music of angels.
I've never heard anything like it before in my life. This particular specimen is of the larger variety, commonly found in public houses and restaurants. There is a metal disc, inside of which the notes to be played are recorded, simply by replacing the disc with another. Any music you care to imagine can be played.
My goodness, what a simply delightful machine.
Indeed, though their popularity has waned recently with the development of the gramophone, of course.
Ah, science and technology advance at such an overwhelming pace.
You're telling me. I'm living in the middle of change with science and technology. Alright, with that, I think we're going to stop examining the shop for now. I don't want to go for too long. But I feel like this is going to be an interesting case that has already laid itself bare right before our faces. So, if I'm completely wrong there, it'll go my face, but I'll be shocked if the case is anywhere else but this place. But anyways, thanks guys for watching. I know it's a slow start. Normally the beginnings are slow starts because nothing has happened yet. No one's dead. We're not piecing together any crimes yet. We're just following the pace of flow that the characters are presenting to us at the current present. So yeah, so it's a little slow, but right now I think we're getting that foundation, and they're definitely building it like in traditional Ace Attorney form. Given if like I said, if it's not here, I will be very, very shocked. So anyways, until next time, I hope you all have a great and wonderful day. Thanks so much for stopping in. Until next time, toodaloo. Bye.